André Müller. I'm here with my friend Philipp Böhm, and we're about to bring you the coverage of this event. We're going to be focusing on Modern first. We're about to jump right into round one of the Modern event. Here we have Steve Hatto playing Scapeshift on the left side, and on the right side is Sven Michalak playing Black-Green Eldrazi. I think actually I heard something about Black-White Eldrazi before. It should be Black-White Eldrazi that he'll be featuring. Yo, can you say something about those decks?
Black-White Eldrazi is really new. It plays Wasteland Strangler, a new card from Battle for Zendikar. Also Urborg and Blightherder. It uses the processor cards and also some Ulamog for 10 mana, but with 3 Eldrazi Eye of Ugin. They get cheaper. And Eye of Ugin is really the card, I think. Together with Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth. Steve Hatto plays Scapeshift. Is a deck he played long ago already. He played the top 8 at some GP last year.
Yeah, Steve Hatto in general, one of the most consistent players in the European area. Really the guy that maybe is under some people's radar, but this guy from Luxembourg, many people know him probably as the Luxembourg team captain every year in and year out. Because it's such a tiny country, right? There's basically Steve Hatto and that's it, from as far as I know. Yeah, his opponent Sven Michalak, I heard of this guy a couple times from Germany. He's a pretty solid player. Should see pretty good magic right here, and for hopefully some big Eldrazi. I was really looking forward to that. Like already before the event, people outside the venue, they were talking about this deck non-stop. And I was really looking forward to finally maybe in this event getting those giant beasts on the table, hopefully, and maybe we're going to see it even in round one. So we can be really excited. Those guys are shuffling up right now. I hope they should be done any second now. I hope no power shuffling. I'm not a fan, and then yeah.
So, what do you play for? Among 265 or 64 players, they play Modern for at least one playset of each duel, Shock Duel for the first place, but those prizes were announced for 120 players.
No, we actually got news right in that those prizes have been stocked up. Prize number one of this event will be 4 foil Tarmogoyf, playset Tarmogoyf in foil. The other prizes, we think we have prices on our official website. Anyway, I got the list right here. It was the second place, then it's going to be like 40 Shock Duels, Wendigo and Click, free entry and 1 buy at the next Modern event. It's going to be awesome, hundreds of euros. First place, Tarmogoyf 4 foil. What kind of value is that? That's like more than €1,000, right? So this is pretty crazy.
400 euros.
Yeah, roughly. So this is pretty crazy. Those people, they really, when I came here, I frankly didn't expect such a huge turnout. I figured, yeah, that kind of crowd usually only could be drawn with PDQ and stuff like that. But these days, with that kind of prizes, man, no surprise. It brings in so many people, even from other countries. We should really be seeing some really nice matches here in the later rounds, particularly.
Aside from Modern, there's 100 players in Highlander. Highlander has the same prizes, also very good prizes. The Tabernacle of Pendrell Vale for first place, and prizes go down to 16th place. 16th place still gets a Vendilion Clicker, and top 14 Badlands, but those prizes. Jace the Mind Scout Windswept Peace, many dual lands, Imperial Recruiter, so everything you need for Highlander, you can win the Highlander. For those of you that don't know what Highlander is, because it's only popular in Germany right now, it's 100 card singleton, so one of each card, like Commander except without Commander, and a different ban list because it's much more competitive as it's designed for 1 versus 1 game.
Yeah, we should be seeing some of that later on when it's all on the line. We can switch over to the Highlander Cup. We'll bring you some of those matches. But for right now, we're going to be focusing on Modern first. Get a view at these new cool decks that the people are going to bring and see what's coming up for us in the new year and when we see the GPs and stuff. So what's that? Steve Hatto Scapeshift deck. I don't know. We will see how controlling his version is going to turn out to be. So what do you think about the matchup?
I think Black-White Eldrazi, using the Blightherder, etc., is especially good against other mid-range decks like Grixis Control, maybe Twin, because it also has removal like Fast Exile, discard outlet, like Thoughtseize, which makes me wonder why Sven didn't play anything yet, because I believe the Eldrazi deck plays Thoughtseize playset, and some creatures.
Well, maybe he doesn't just have, maybe he just doesn't have anything, but maybe he's also just kind of waiting it out. Like, what do you want to hit, right? Okay, if you have like Inquisition or Kozilek, you should be running that out turn one. just so that you can get that secure Tribe Elder or that whatever mana acceleration might be coming up otherwise. But if you have like a Thoughtseize, the other thing that you could do is you could kind of wait until he has like at least 6 land, right? To maximize the chances of the guy having the Scape Shift, and then you can just Thoughtseize that, and then he has to find another one. And maybe like...
if they have the cards you find in Thoughtseize turn 1 will be the same you find in Thoughtseize turn 3, except you will find more cards turn 3, and turn 1 Thoughtseize does not discard cards that can be played turn 1 to 3 usually, especially in this matchup.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was getting at, right? So then basically he can just later look at the guy's hand, maybe even with all the card selection, maybe he'll like pass up on a second Scape. He probably won't, but like, you know, he might. And then this kind of stuff all factors into consideration. Or maybe he wants to be sure that he can get around the counters. He wants to play like the big threat. Because that's what I see going down in this matchup. I assume Steve Hatto's he's going to have Remand, I guess, for probably Cryptic Command, right? Like, I don't know how controlling he's going to be. I've seen really crazy lists with like, back in the day, man, they used to have Izzet Charm and everything. They will counter the crap out of you. So if this guy, and particularly if you're trying to cast cards that cost more than like, I don't know, 3 mana, then Cryptic Command and stuff, it really just plays on that. If you can get like card advantage, tempo advantage, everything out of Cryptic Command at the same time, that's going to be really tough to come back from, I believe. Particularly since it can be just all over in one turn. Sven Michalak, from what I see, he will just have to try to get in there, and just keep constantly trying to get those beasts on the table and just hope that he can attack Steve Hatto until he's dead, maybe clutch it out with the discard. And then, but what's going to be, well, unfortunately we don't have deck lists right now. We will have them in the later rounds, right? From what I heard, otherwise we could look now, like what kind of disruption he has actually. All right, now from what I'm speculating, I'm pretty sure, what's that on the table? Oh, it's like,
I can't see it.
Yeah, oh, Blightherder is
tapped.
And Oblivion Sour is also on the table. Okay.
6 mana, but the lands allow him to cast it for less mana.
Yeah. It's Eldrazi Temple.
Eldrazi Temple.
Okay, sure.
They produce 2 mana for all Eldrazi. This is not only for Emrakul and Kozilek, it's also for the small Eldrazi that came out only recently.
It's just any Eldrazi, right?
Any Eldrazi. So
where is it?
Wasteland Strangler, Blightherder, and Oblivion Sower. That's 3-played Eldrazi in the deck, in the main deck.
That is huge, Ram. And this guy's so lucky. He has like what, 2 temples and 1. What's that? The other thing?
Cavern of Souls.
Cavern of Souls. Sure. Probably naming Eldrazi. I would suppose so. Yes.
And the Swamp. Basic Swamp.
Cavern of Souls for the sheer uncounterability. Now that's going to be pretty good. Never mind then.
Yeah, he doesn't even need.
Maybe I should have started out with that. No, of course, he can just make whatever he wants just for the uncounterability. Okay, so that's going to be pretty crappy for Steve Hatto actually. If those, that's now it's probably why all the things are on the table. But still, man, the Sven's clock is pretty slow. I don't think he can do it. I mean, until turn 7, that should be pretty easy going, right? He's not going to counter it.
Finds a Cryptic Command to buy some turns.
Yeah, that's excellent. He can just fog.
Pierce to Depths also indicates he plays many Snapcaster mages, not just 2 or 1.
Does it really?
I think yes.
In turn, many Snapcaster mages imply that he's probably playing some sort of control heavy version, right? Yeah. He'll probably also have like 3 Cryptic Command, maybe 4 even. Because that's pretty awesome, right? If you play against anyone in the late game and you like Snapcaster Cryptic and Cryptic on Snapcaster, oh gee. That is, maybe we're going to see that. Maybe not against Cavern of Souls though. I wonder, does Steve Hatto, you think he has any answer for that kind of card? No, right? He's not going to have any fucking Tectonic Edge or something, or will he? He might in the sideboard.
He won't have nothing in the main deck, and maybe crumble to dust in the sideboard, but you don't want the sideboard.
That's what again?
Sowing Salt.
Sowing Salt, yeah.
Colorless, devoid from battle.
Sure. Yeah, never mind. The Sowing Salt, I know about that.
Some Scape Shift decks play that for the Tron matchup, especially.
I see.
But you don't want that against.
No, he's not going to bring that in, right?
Eldrazi is probably just a creature deck for him. He plays a matchup, I believe, like a matchup against Junt or Junk, except the Eldrazi deck has less removal, more threats.
Yeah, but like less disruption, right? Which is excellent for Steve, because he's really not trying to answer all these dudes' threats anyway.
He doesn't have to.
Yeah, exactly. That guy, he can like try to have all kinds of threats all he wants. The way I see it, it's going to come down to time. Of course, it's nice if you cast 5/7 dude and whatnot, but how fast are they at reducing the opponent's life to 0? Is it going to work out?
It's tons of power.
Right now, it's pretty hefty attack, right? He's going to bring him down to 9 or something.
10 or 9.
I don't know really.
Blightherder is 4/5, and
it's like 5.
Should be 5/7 or 5/8.
Okay, yeah. So there is that. Yeah. And then there we see it. The Thoughtseize just in the final turn before he's about to die. We see the Scape Shift. He can grab it now.
Sven had that much time.
Although, is he gonna die? No, right? He's gonna even be alive still. With 7 lands, it's not gonna do it. Because 7 lands is like 18 damage. He will just survive because he's on 20.
He can. Yes.
But we see the Izzet charm.
If he has a land drop, Sakura, Tribe Elder, and Scape Shift, he has 8.
Yeah, that would work out. That would work out.
And that's too deadly.
What does he have though? This is really tough to see. I think he has. Yeah, he does have. We see the Izzet charm. We see like Valakut in his hand. We see some more Cryptic Command.
Right time for Sven to play his Thoughtseize.
Yeah, that was exactly the Thoughteize that I was waiting for.
And he follows up with another Oblivion Sower. He gets more of Steve's Valakuts.
Yeah, if he's just so lucky and like gets all the mountains and stuff, then that gee, nice. And nobody cares about the forest. Electrolyze though, another, like I'm saying, this Steve, I really like the Steve Hatto Scapeshift version. The kind of amount of control, that was always my favorite type of combo deck, where you don't just try to kind of kill them in turn 4 or whatever, you know, or as fast as you can, but more you're like, okay.
Yeah, you have time.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna win finally.
Because the Splinter Twin decks are also less popular now, I think, than they used to be. So
oh yeah, though I believe that
be a less slow combo deck.
Although even in that matchup, I remember playing that back in the day. I remember battling Helmut Sommersberger in the PDQs and stuff. That guy kicked my ass in the final of PDQ Dortmund. I was so mad. And then I won the next PDQ here in Frankfurt with the very next week with the same deck. That was awesome. But against Scapeshift, man, that was really tough. I think he had for sure. He had like 4 Remand and like, I don't know, 3 Izzet Charm, 3 Cryptic Command or something, and then like Dispel or I don't know, in the Cyborg. And anyway, or like Nature's Claim. It was just terrible. This guy had like all the draw and like just like all counters and like you couldn't outmana that guy. You couldn't beat on him with your 2-1. Of course that wouldn't work out. And you just couldn't do shit about it. It was really terrible.
Steve is now really against the wall because he has to answer the creatures of Sven every turn. He basically needs Cryptic Command into Snapcaster into Cryptic Command to survive.
He just needs to whip the Scapeshift at some point because this is it. Oh, he's bouncing even the Valakut to his own hand. That is awesome. Like this now, oh, that is going to be pretty sick. Because now if he can find the Scapeshift, I wonder why he didn't go for the draw though, right? Like, does he need that Valakut? Maybe he does need it. What do you think how many he plays? He probably has like 2, right?
2 or 3.
Maybe he has 3. But he's going to need 2. He might not need 2.
If he has 3 Valakuts, he won't need it.
This Oblivion Soul is making it really interesting. If that guy just gets too many mountains. But what's going to happen now? Is it going to be consequential even? This guy's just tapping a lot of mana, but like what is it? The 10 mana Ulamog? Oh, Lingering Souls.
That Lingering Souls?
Is it really Lingering Souls?
It does not matter.
Okay. Finally, it can be countered. Oh, this is amazing for Steve. The Lingering Souls wasn't going to do anything. Now he gets to bring the Remand if he just didn't play anything. That was one less draw. Well, no, you know, it definitely had its drawbacks. I put it that way, right? Like maybe it was worth it some way, but I don't think so. It just looked, I don't know. He probably just wasn't thinking about it. Like for us as a commentator, it's easy to see, right? That there was no chance to ever play any. What's that, Snapcaster? On Cryptic Command? Is he gonna Cryptic Command bounce the Snapcaster?
Scapeshift.
Oh, on Scapeshift, right? That's it. He was just gonna win.
So now he can sacrifice all non-Valakut lands.
He should. Yeah. We will see how many mountains he actually can get. How many mountains is he gonna have? He's not gonna have more than 12, right? Because like, look, but he figured it out. Because he even leaves a mountain up. He's gonna get like. What is he gonna get? We will see. Oh, the Thoughtseize. So now he only needs like 3 lands, right? Yes. If he has 3 more mountains, then that's it. Yeah.
3 mountains are enough.
The Thoughtseize.
I don't think they play life gain spells. No.
No way.
There's nothing.
That's it. Like unless he just doesn't have enough mountains, he seems to be kind of considering. But now I hope he knows this. I messed this up, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, at the PT round 1 against Antoine Ruel, I just sacrificed too many lands and Scapeshifted for 0 damage. It was so horrible.
Yes.
That's the kind of, that's the kind of commentator quality you can be looking forward to this day, ladies and gentlemen. This day and tomorrow.
We noticed Steve drew the Snapcaster Mage the last turn. So if Sven didn't play his Lingering Souls, Steve draws the Snapcaster Mage 1 turn too late.
Amazing. Like, would he have had any other way? Could he have like maybe remanded his own stuff? No, that would have made too much mana.
He needed the Valakut, that's why he had to Cryptic Command.
Let's hope he needed the Valakut because maybe that was already the first mistake.
Cryptic, Remand into Cryptic.
No, yeah, he
So
probably
that was
didn't.
his only way to win this game.
Yeah, that is pretty sad. Look at that. Sven Michalak, maybe not as good as I thought he was.
Shots fired.
I used to hype him up, but no, that definitely, like I said, it's an easy mistake to make, but it's a mistake for sure. You should just have been thinking about it.
Yeah.
Because you know that Steve Hatto is going to have like 3 or 4 remand, right?
Yeah.
He's going to have like 3 or 4 remand, and then that's why just you can assume that it will be sitting in this guy's hand. Didn't he even see it though? No, what was it with the Thoughtseize? There was no remand then, right?
I don't
Or maybe he
remember.
had it.
Two lands is a charm escape shift, so he had to take the escape shift.
Yeah, of course, but I was just wondering if you already knew about the remand, but no, Steve Hatto just drew it later, and that's why he wasn't thinking about it for sure. That's right, it was actually pretty unlikely. But on the other hand, like, was there any upside at all to playing anything? You got so much on board.
No.
There's really no way for Steve Hatto to deal with any of it,
Even
except
if
for just
Steve doesn't have remand, Electrolyze will also draw him cards of the tokens. And
No, but no. Electrolyze will draw a card anyway. He would have just electrolyzed face.
right.
For sure. Electrolyze was when him right away. He would have cycled that end of turn. Achso, ja, da müssen wir auf die andere Seite rüber.
Yeah. So what do the players sideboard? Usually against aggressive decks, Escape Shift has Fire Spout or Pyroclasm.
Yeah, this is not a very aggressive deck either.
Too big. Sven will definitely bring some more disruption, like this card.
Yeah, man. Hopefully he has a bunch.
Maybe Duress.
Yeah, maybe so.
Duress Title Scholar, I can imagine that being played.
No, I don't think he would, because he has already seen Izzet Charm. He has seen Electrolyze, right? It was milled, and so he knows that the Title Scholar is going to be really vulnerable. And although maybe he's going to side it out, like I don't know what Steve is going to bring.
Yeah, I can imagine Title Scholar being put in.
Yeah, maybe
it's in the sideboard.
Yeah, maybe he just has nothing better going
advantages.
on anyway. Yeah, it's cheap, I guess. It kind of attacks. So yeah, I guess you do want to have
It
it.
also works very well with the processors.
So, ja. Das sind keine Listen. Okay, sorry about the brief interruption. So yeah, as you were saying, game 1 really was textbook, by the way, guys. Sven tried to make it happen, man. He was casting out those fat guys. I think he couldn't have had like much better curve. Could he have? No, right? Like that's it. He really had like all the temples and everything, but he had the
Didn't play
Cavern of
anything
Souls.
turn 3, I think.
Didn't he like turn 3 5 drop?
That came turn 4.
Because he had because he started out on like Cavern.
Yeah.
And then
Cavern,
Swamp,
Swamp,
and then
Eldrazi
Temple.
Temple, and
Ah,
another
okay.
Eldrazi
So he
Temple.
could have been faster. Oh, come on, man. He had like what? On turn 4 he played like a 5 drop?
Yeah, what the deck wants is to play turn 3 Wasteland Strangler. But of course,
Yeah,
that's
I guess.
pretty useless. So he also bots it out.
What's that again? It's like he's like Devoid?
Devoid when it enters the
4-3 or
battlefield.
something? Is it the -3/-3 guy? No.
Yes.
Yes?
You
Okay.
can process 1 card. And then
Okay, processing
Yeah.
is the where you put it from the exile back into the graveyard or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Steve, I saw
Talk to
him
me like an
takes
idiot here,
in,
please.
Inferno Titan.
Much appreciated.
The other cards I did not see.
He does what? He takes in the Inferno Titan?
Inferno Titan.
Why?
Some
Do you really think that it's worthwhile?
It's a 6/6.
Well, yeah, but
he
I
maybe
mean-
expects some extirpate light card, surgical extraction.
But are you really gonna win on the back of that? Like,
It's a 6/6. 6/6 is bigger than any card from Sven, other than Oblivion Sower, but the
that's
Titan
like
still
what,
wins against-
5/7, 5/8?
It's big. Yeah.
Well, but how big is it exactly? Is it like Liam Neeson's cock? I heard
know.
Hollywood Babylon, ladies and gentlemen. I heard it's legendary. Anyway, so how big is it? We don't know. The crowd shouted out every podcast. Anyway,
Okay, we hope Sven doesn't have cards in his left.
yeah, he might, right? He also maybe he has like a couple more decks going on in those kangaroo pocket.
Now Sven starts to play first. Will this change anything in the matchup? I don't think so. I think Steve's plan is still the better one.
Well, of course, it's going to change something in the matchup, in so far that it's just going to be more attacks that he will get in. Maybe it's going to be enough this time, right?
One more attack
Like,
because he has
he
to
really
feature one turn
he did his.
earlier.
It was just like I thought. He tried to slow play the Thoughtseize, Then he was playing the fat guys. He was attacking, but it just wasn't enough. In the end, he even hit the scape shift. Really nicely done. But then it's just not enough. Like discarding one scape shift, you can assume that that's not going to be it. Particularly against Snapcaster heavy version, that is just not going to do it. Okay. Ja, du hast gesagt weiter unten. Achso, egal. Okay, so what can we see here? Can we see anything? It looks like...
Starting hand.
Yeah.
Cool, Snapcaster made.
Yeah, as far as I can
Both
tell.
players keep, yeah.
Both pairs keep?
This is what is this? Botica box?
Is it really? Okay. I can dig it.
That makes sense in the deck.
Yeah.
As many cards allows to process.
Right, yeah, why not? You kind of don't care.
The main deck relic of Progenitus.
Yeah, I heard about that. That is pretty crazy, by the way. And so I was total anti-combo with surgical extraction.
The deck is really new.
Pass einfach nicht. Es hält nicht.
I haven't seen it until a few weeks before. Like 3 weeks ago, I didn't know about this deck. And then it popped out everywhere, especially online.
Yeah, but now we're seeing all about it. What's that? Remand, Snapcaster, and like dig through time? That's pretty amazing.
Not dig through time.
Not dig through time, sorry, like peer through depths.
Pretty banned.
Peer through depths.
Yeah.
Dig through time is banned?
Yeah, dig through time.
Excellent.
Treasure Cruise is banned.
Treasure Cruise is banned, I heard about that.
Yeah, dig through time too. It turned out to be too strong.
Yeah, so I suppose so. This,
The dig was just too strong.
yeah. Well done. Oh man. This is like in 8th grade right here. Okay, he's getting to work with the relic. It's not going to really do anything. Well, it is going to kind of be good against the Snapcasters, actually. The 2 Snapcasters in Steve Hatto's hand are pretty sad right now. The relic can be outplayed in the later turns, where you can like Snapcaster in response to relic activation maybe, but it's going to make it really awkward. Like this is not looking good for Steve Hatto at all. He's basically, he can't really like get the Snapcaster beatdown going, and so he's basically sitting on like a double mulligan right now. The relic of Progenitus is so strong in this particular situation.
As long as Sven doesn't have creatures, Steve has time and he wants time.
Oh, totally. That's totally right. Like on the other hand, yeah, man, Relic of Progenitus is one card that could have been something else. That would be attacking Steve right now, and this isn't happening. Of course, over time the mulligans will draw itself out, kind of, you can imagine.
Yeah.
And then he will just, because yeah, the good thing about the relic is, doesn't do anything against escape shift. Hey, diese Teile halten einfach nicht. Es hält nicht.
Yeah, the root testing, I guess.
Way more interesting is what lands does he have? Is it like more Eldrazi Temples again?
Eldrazi Temple, 2 Eldrazi Temple,
And the Boyuka Box.
bottom I can't.
It's the Boyuka Box, right?
Boyuka Box.
You would think he plays like 10 Eldrazi Temple. Look at that guy, 2 Temple again. But okay. He better be winning this game now, because this is very far above the average, man. Like if this, does he have any like surge? No, it's just like luck, isn't it? Or let's say like RNG, whatever.
Sorry again?
The Eldrazi Temple, does he have any way to get him like, no. It's just straight,
We'll just draw
oh there
them
they
or
are,
draw
that's
them.
it. Yeah. Okay, a solid strategy.
RNG there.
Nice, just have a nice hand. No, I always like it. If the power output is high enough,
Even if he doesn't have Eldrazi Temple, he also has Eye of Bugin that does a worse job. But
Oh,
it
yeah.
helps.
for sure, even if you have no temple though, right? That's the thing with these kind of decks. It's not like you need the temple, otherwise the deck sucks. It's like the deck is usually fine. If you draw like 1 temple, maybe if they like draw no temple, it's going to be kind of sadder. You assume 1, I guess. So if you draw 2, it's always like really nice and stuff. But it's not like it wouldn't work out.
the deck
On the other hand, in this matchup,
it does a very good job at just
what's this now?
Wasteland Strangler.
Is it?
From 3 mana card.
This is really. We need to ask the.
Production.
Yeah, we're gonna ask production to turn this down. The light is really glaring off the screen.
Wasteland
Spoils right now, like, guys. I'm off the sleeves. I'm sorry. It was Wasteland Strangler. It's promptly remanded. This is nice. Remand gets to move right away. Not even give Steve Hatto the kind of opportunity to maybe at some point respond with whatever. But it's all good for him. He gets to draw the card. He gets to search the land now. He has more lands in his hand too, right? So he's just gonna be cruising straight to that. And that's the nice thing with Scapeshift, really. You need to just hang out, not die, right? Play land, land, land. And then finally, like, oh, whoop, there it is. 21 jackpot. So that's really...
Just pull it on the table.
Yeah, man.
I like how Sven didn't sidewalk the Strangler. Although it doesn't find creatures, he still has a clock.
It's like 3 mana, 4/3 or something?
3 mana,
3/2. 3/2. What's
the
that?
option to give
Minus 3, minus 3.
Because he needs a clock.
Oh yeah. Totally. No, good strategic decision. I like it. In these matchups, like I used to do this all the time back in the day, like even the crappiest creatures, it doesn't matter. Like as long as you can get bodies on the table, because you want to be making that disruption count. You don't want to give the opponent infinite turns to just draw it off the top anyway. So you really need to just get pressure on the board, like make the window short for the opponent to have it all, so that then when you do make the discard, you can really just get whatever they have and be done with it. Like in last game, you can see he just couldn't close it out. He delayed the inevitable, but it took Steve like 2 more turns where he just couldn't kill him, and then he had the Scapeshift anyway. So now with the Relic, at least it's going to be a little, like if he had the Relic last game, and he had it in the main deck for sure, so it was kind of sad probably for him that he didn't draw it. But if he had the Relic in the last game, that would not have worked out for Steve. He would have just lost the Scapeshift, lost the Cryptic Command, and would have just lost the game right there. The Relic would have made all the difference. But now Sven Michalak has to cycle it, probably to find pressure. I think he has nothing going on. Yes.
I think he
This
needs
is like the 6th land.
He needs the 6th land to bring
He needs the 6th land. Seriously, how greedy is this deck? Look at that. That is like more 3/2, right? And now?
He already had
More
a
Relic.
But
Last turn he
okay.
couldn't play it because he had only 3 mana for the creature.
Yeah. Okay, so he made... But then...
He
He doesn't need 2 relics.
But look at that play. Couldn't he have cycled it and main phase though? Like, why did he wait? He could have just cycled it main phase then. Maybe play something else. Because you don't really need to relic right now. You're not going to die if you don't relic. Nothing will happen if you don't relic. He could have just cycled it main phase and maybe draw this 3/2 right then and there. He could have played it last turn, and this guy could be attacking Steve right now already. That could make all the difference in the end.
I believe he wanted to draw Blightherder. If he has Blightherder now,
Well, you draw what you draw. The point is, if you're going to cycle it anyway, and you have no play on your turn, why not cycle it main phase?
If he draws Blightherder, he can't play Blightherder and the new relic. But then he's short 1 mana.
Yeah, but so what if he doesn't play the new relic? I mean, look at the situation. There's nothing in the graveyard. You don't die if there is no relic. It's all good even. He already got all
he
the...
wanted to use his mana as efficient as possible.
Yeah, but he didn't, because on a turn where he had like 4 mana, he just said go. He could have just sacrificed it main phase. And then maybe he could have played something, right? He just didn't play anything. And that's what I don't get. Like, if he had the second relic already all along, even if he didn't have it, like what? Maybe if he didn't have it, it would have been worthwhile to just keep it around for whatever, just because he knows there is a double Snapcaster and whatnot. Even though by now he got rid of plenty of spells. That Snapcaster, man, I don't see him doing anything, even if he didn't have a relic. Okay, now there goes the remand, gets eaten up right away. Otherwise, I guess the Snapcaster would have flashed back.